everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Two wide receivers will be looking to be #1 targets on the field in today's game. It's the Lions going up against the Seahawks. What a surprise here. There's rain in Seattle as we're off to CenturyLink Field to link up with our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Larry, no trip to the Northwest is really complete without a little rain, and we're going to get plenty of it here at CenturyLink Field in Seattle. Tonight, we've got the crew set for what should be a real treat, a great Monday night matchup between the Detroit Lions and the Seattle Seahawks. And we say hi again, everybody. Brandon Gaudin here as we count down to kickoff. I turn to my partner, that's Charles Davis. And Charles, Larry pointed out in the open, we've got a pretty good matchup of wide receivers here this afternoon, don't we?
And those guys have such a big impact on the game nowadays. We know it's a throwing game, but the guys who can go up and get it, the guys who can break tackles after the catch and make bigger plays, oh yeah, they love spotlight as well. They want the football, they want the attention.
Here's the punter, Sam Martin, now ready to get us started. And off we go from Seattle. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And leading the charge here for the Seahawks as they take the field, Russell Wilson. Easy dismantling of the Rams back in Week 15.
Hold a second. Forget that. I've got to go back to last week. What'd you think of the uniform? The action green, as they called it.
You know, people were killing those uniforms. I didn't think they were awful, but it wasn't their best look. Let's say that.
Let me give you a quick piece of trivia on that.
Okay.
The jersey has been worn before by Seattle. They wore it against Chicago, 2009-2010 season, somewhere in that area. I did that game. They actually wore it with blue pants.
Did they win?
Yeah, they won that game.
There they go. They're
2-0 in the action green jersey.
Keep wearing them.
There you go.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
As if he didn't have enough to think about on that route, the comeback route, coming back to the football and catching it, decided to make sure he toe-tapped and kept himself in bounds.
And that was spectacular, but on the comeback route, maybe a little easier to deal with the sideline since you've got better vision of it?
I think that's a great point because you should know exactly where you're going and know how much space you have and make sure you get your feet down. But, yeah, coming back to the football, I like it. Good vision.
First carry for Thomas Rawls. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. The starters for the Seahawks of Seattle on the offensive side. Charles, they could use a big game from Thomas Rawls.
And they really loved what they got out of him last year because an undrafted player is not supposed to give you nearly 6 yards a carry in production, and that's exactly what he did. They need a big game out of him, and they expect it.
6 yards to go here on second down. Now Wilson on second down. It's caught outright by Graham. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
First down, this is Rawls. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run. And the starting crew defensively for Detroit.
Glover Quinn entered the league as a cornerback, but has evolved into one of the best free safeties in the NFL.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. They stay on the ground. Rolls again. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40. Tackle made there by Josh Bynes. For Rawls, they're going to need to figure something out going into the playoffs because you look back to Week 15, 21 carries, 34 yards. That has to improve if they want to make a run.
I agree totally with that because even though they have switched to Russell Wilson being the focal point of their offense, running the ball is still their bread and butter. And if they have Thomas Rawls at peak efficiency, then the Seahawks are really ready to go. But the Rams' defensive front, when they're at their best, 3 first-rounders up front, hard to move it against them.
That's very true, and that's who he was going against in Week 15. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot, and this will remain a scoreless game.
I tell you, it's not easy kicking field goals in the best of conditions. You add in a downpour like we're in right now, it makes it that much harder. And sure enough, they can't convert here.
Now the second-year man from South Dakota State, it's Zach Zenner. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. So the Lions go backwards there, and unfortunately that's something they saw a lot in 2015. They had the fewest rushing yards of any team in the NFL.
And it's one of those dubious titles that no one really wants to claim. Even teams who say, well, don't worry about running it because we throw it all the time. Being able to run it when you want to is a key to success in the NFL, and Detroit struggled doing that.
To throw on second down is Stafford. Trying to lay one up deep. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowl cornerback, Richard Sherman, and his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
When we talk about the best corners in the league, we're usually saying shutdown corners, guys you can't complete passes against. Richard Sherman fits that definition to a T. The best part of his game, no wasted moves. He studies the opponent so well, hard to get a pass on Richard Sherman.
And here come the Seahawks. They won the NFC West, wrapping it up in Week 15. They've won it 4 out of the last 5 years, Charles, and what New England has been able to do has dwarfed everything else, but that's a pretty good run out west, is it not?
It's a fantastic run because, remember, we were talking about the NFC West being the most competitive division in football for about a 3-year stretch there between them and San Francisco. Remember, the Rams played all of them tough. Arizona got involved in the whole deal. So it's a great run by them, and they don't believe that they're finished, not by any stretch of the imagination. They're looking to get one of the home field advantages in the playoffs.
They start on the ground with Rawls. Bulldozes past him and brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A nice, strong run there for Rawls. His coaches back in high school in Flint, Michigan, you know what his nickname was?
No, what was it?
The Train. The man can break some tackles on occasion.
Well, it makes sense when you watch runs like that, because when you're trying to deal with a train, you're supposed to get out of the way, right? And if you don't, you're going to get bruised up trying to tackle him. That's the type of runner he is. He can pop people as he goes by them.
So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. Back to the ground on first. Again, it's Rawls. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. He makes a wonderful play there off the corner, protecting his side of the field.
Oh, that reminds me of the great defenses of old, doesn't it? The Pittsburgh Steelers steel curtain. They would not let you get on the field if you could only do one thing. You had to be a complete guy, and you had to be able to tackle.
Now, I know I've said this before, but you know I wasn't alive when the steel curtain was playing. I know them, but I just want to let you know I wasn't alive.
I'm going to keep peppering that in there, and one of these days you're going to think that you were.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
And that's the kind of pass that adds up over time, Brandon. You may not have picked up a first down there, but if you keep chipping away at it, eventually big plays may result.
They brought in an extra defensive back here, so probably not expecting a run on 3rd and 3.
A good call.
Now Wilson looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. In the slot on the right is Graham. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And Graham's got it over the middle. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. And the offense still has a couple plays to go to pick up the first on 2nd down and 3. They'll come out in the pistol. On 2nd down, Rawls. And he'll go down at the 28. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Complete outright to Kurz. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Jermaine Kurz, 27 yards. And the Seahawks have taken a first quarter lead. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play, and just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
Footing likely going to be an issue all night here on a rainy night, but this one is good. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Detroit Lions and the comeback king, Matthew Stafford, taking the field. Now, it was a struggle in Week 15. Only put up 6 points in a loss to the Giants. But here's what reigns supreme, this stat. 8 fourth-quarter comebacks this year for Stafford, the most by an NFL quarterback since 1925.
And did you see that type of season coming for Detroit?
I don't think anybody did.
Yeah, I think people are going to call this an overachieving season for them, and they feel like there's much more left out there. They're thinking playoffs, and they're thinking damage in the playoffs, mainly because of their quarterback. He's a guy that's in MVP discussion, and rightly so, because of what you said. Say it one more time. 8?
Yeah, fourth quarter comebacks. Most since 1925. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. All right, let's get a peek at these starters here in the Golden Child. Golden Tate.
Love his versatility because you can use him anywhere in your offense. And he's an excellent kick returner. Loves to play the game, plays with passion.
Second down following the incompletion. They'll come out in the pistol. Second and 10, Stafford again. A hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. And fortunately, he's able to reel it back in, but it's going to go down as a big loss here on the play. He got it stripped, but you can see the panic in his face from up here through the helmet. He was able to dive back on it.
A good bit of fortune for him because oftentimes on a strip sack, when that ball is wrenched out of your grasp, it can go in any different direction. It can go way away from you. In this case, it didn't matter. He was able to get on it.
So the offense puts the ball on the ground, but they pick it back up. Now they face a third down. Third and long, it's Stafford. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up fourth.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was third and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And this will be touched by a member of the kicking team right on the midfield stripe. Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Here's Wilson. He's got the hook up here on the comebacker, complete. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
Play fake here on first down. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
I don't care how many times you tell the story, it never loses its luster for me. Doug Baldwin, undrafted out of Stanford, and plays like a #1 receiver should in the NFL. I don't care how you cover him. I don't care that his size isn't great. He's the one that typically comes up with the football.
Absolutely. His roots go all the way back to Gulf Breeze, Florida, where he's from, right on the water near Pensacola, and then, of course, to Stanford. And, boy, he's been good. They go play action here on first down. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down. So the incomplete pass brings up second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It'll be a gain of 4, but it'll bring us now to a 3rd and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
On 3rd and goal, Wilson. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Jermaine Kearse with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. So they've had 2 drives, and he's had the 2 receiving touchdowns.
And how about a game plan where you decide to force feed or feature someone, and it works? First 2 drives, as you noted, end up in touchdown passes. I think they're going to keep going to them until the defense makes any kind of an adjustment.
And it's blocked. This is going the other way. But he doesn't get far. They're able to stop him. And after all that, the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
I need your help on this one. We just saw an extra point blocked. Do you think the rain had anything to do with it getting blocked?
Everything goes a little bit slower, but I'll tell you what, the snap and the hold, they look good.
Yeah, and most of the time, I love when you bring that up about it getting slower. It's deliberate when it gets slower, right? Because you have to go through it a little bit more. You want to be just a little bit more careful catching the ball, putting it down, and giving him a chance to kick it.
Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. On the carry, this is Zenner. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. So we played 1 quarter here on a Monday night. Plenty of scoring here already. We'll be back to Seattle right after this.
This presentation of the NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Here with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, as the Lions are in possession of the football here to begin quarter number 2. They've got a 2nd down and 5 here to start things out. Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. To the right side to Eric Ebron. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Short of the sticks after that completion, and now it's 3rd down for this offense. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now. as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. And here comes the Lions defensive unit. They trot back out onto the field. And they gave up a touchdown last drive. You kind of need to hit the reset button after every touchdown given up, Charles.
I love that. And the way that you phrased it is perfect, because from series to series, you can reset how the game is going to go. If you gave up a touchdown before, it doesn't mean you have to do it again. And if you made a great play before, you have to reset again anyway, because they're going to attack. So I love the way you phrased it and put it out there. That's what they have to do in this series.
Not like when you're playing a video game. You can't hit the reset button here. Let's go.
No, you shouldn't anyway. That's for sure.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
That was a nicely run slant route. And what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
On second down, here's Wilson. Baldwin with it over the middle. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult, because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Tahir Whitehead in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
A 10th carry for Thomas Rawls. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They give him 17 yards that time, as that'll move the chains.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
They go again with Rawls. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
On second down, Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. But I believe a Seahawk was able to get a handle on this, so this will remain Seattle ball.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on third down. Play action. It's Wilson. He's going to float this one deep right side. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
Well, he bounced up after taking a sack and took a shot downfield. I think a lot of us thought maybe he'd run draw in that situation. Instead, Tried to get it all back in one play.
Yeah, 3rd and long. Thought he needed the deep pass. Couldn't connect it.
Maybe he was hoping for a penalty downfield to give him the yardage they needed.
And here's a very low-line drive. Almost whiffed on it. And this one will be touchdown right at the 30-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
Decent chunk of yardage still left here. 2nd and 7. They come up in an offset eye. On 2nd down, here's Stafford. It's complete to Golden Tate. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Brandon, whenever anyone talks about Golden Tate as a receiver, they always talk about how multifaceted he is, don't they? Slot, out wide, you can move him into the backfield. Just keep him on the move and get him the ball. The thing I like most about him is yards after catch. He's back near the top of the league again in 2016.
On pace for 1,000. First year not playing second fiddle. He's handling it pretty well.
Yeah, he likes being the #1 guy. It fits his personality, and it fits his production this year as well.
They'll run. This is Zanner. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Again, we'll see the pistol here. They go again now with Zanner. And he stopped immediately there. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a 3rd down and 8.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
A nickel back added defensively as they look to stop this 3rd and 8. Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. Ebron's got it. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll bring up 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Here is Matt Prater now. He's got the leg for this as he holds the NFL record with a 64-yarder back in 2013. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So they'll come away with nothing here. A disappointing result even on a day like this.
And as a kicker in the rain, you've got to slow things down a little bit. Give your holder an extra half second to make sure everything's secure. And here, he might have rushed this one a little, and it winds up no good.
Here's Russell Wilson in the Seahawk offense now getting set to go again. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence. Does a great deal for your team. Gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
They come out here in the eye. Here's Wilson. The grab made by Curse over the middle. And he's brought down. It's a pickup of 14 there. And it's good enough for a Seattle first.
Quarterbacks like throwing the slant route, but they have to be careful about ball placement. They have to put it in a spot that makes sure the receiver has his body in front of the defender.
Fresh set of downs here. Wilson going to give to Rolls. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
To me, that's a superior play by the backer because he was allowed to, I think, run free on it and make that play. His defensive linemen, they covered things down for him because offensive guys, the linemen, what they're trying to do, as you know, is block the guy at the point of attack and then climb to the next level and get the linebacker. When you're not allowed to climb, you got a free hitter, and that's what we saw there, and a really nice play resulted for them.
Now Wilson on second down. It's caught outright by Graham. 1:59 to go in the first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Larry Ridley is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. Offense coming up, needing 2 yards on third down. Third and 2, now Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Roughing the pass here, but Charles, that's a good call. But these days, you know quarterbacks, they're very protective.
We know how protected they are, and if it's anything borderline, they're going to get the call. But as a defender, that's hard to swallow sometimes because there's so many of these bang-bang plays.
And now the offense operates in the red zone. First and 10, it's Wilson. That's complete right around the 8. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He had told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there, you know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
Now it's Wilson. And he floats one there, incomplete. He was trying to get it to Jermaine Kearse, and that'll bring up second down. Again, Wilson. And he floated one out there, incomplete. The line of scrimmage is the 3 as they look to cash in on third and goal. On third and goal, Wilson finding time. Then a short run there for the touchdown.
This is similar to baseball where you walk the leadoff hitter and you don't expect him to come around and score. Almost impossible. Anytime a defense has to defend a short field, you usually end up seeing the result we saw, giving up points.
Now Hausch could attack on the extra point. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. So this drive spans 7 plays, and the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. Fielded about a yard deep. And last year that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. And Detroit getting set to go now. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive, missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you know, you've put something out there, you've given yourself a chance, you're in range, and the ball doesn't go through the post. But it's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep going.
On first down at Stafford. He's got time. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over. We'll see what they come up with here on this next play. Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Lions linemen might have moved.
Full start. Offense. Still second down.
On second down, here's Stafford. Survey, and he's taken down. Back at his own 7. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. And the O-line will have to do a better job protecting here on third down after that sack. Now the Notre Dame man, this is Theo Riddick. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. Here's Sam Martin now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now it's Lockett. Look at the dance and the juke. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Graham slotted out to the left.
Let's go. Move 15.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. And that will be caught, but out of bounds. Out of bounds, ruled incomplete here.
Brandon, I think the NFL in recent years made an absolute brilliant tactical decision, and that was to move a lot of the divisional games to the end of the year in hopes that it would mean something. And, remember at that time it was, hey, we don't want people to rest players down the stretch. Well, I think it's worked brilliantly because we've got some big-time games potentially showing up here at the end of 2016.
Adds intrigue in some big games. Intrigue also, though, because even if you've got two teams that maybe are having bad seasons, they're usually rivals, and that helps at the gate.
It certainly does. Helps in a lot of ways, even if you're not playing for a playoff spot. As you said, if you're a rival, it still gets the interest of the fans.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So the offensive unit called the TO, and now we are ready to resume play. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Well, throw on 1st down with Wilson. He's got time in the pocket. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down. So incomplete on 1st. Let's see what 2nd down has in store. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we send you cross-country to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando with our halftime report. Here's Larry Ridley.
Thanks, Brandon. Thanks, Charles. And welcome to our EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. The Seahawks are happy to be in front right now and just want to play 2 more solid quarters. The Lions just want to come out after the half and claw their way back into the game. All right, let's roll those highlights. Now they've got it at the 44-yard line. Stafford's throw under pressure leads to the turnover. It's Sherman making the pick and getting his defense off the field. Offense out now following the interception. Curse is found on the quick pass and catched it. And this goes 28 yards for the score. The Seahawks strike first in this one. Seahawks have it at the 7. Wilson's looking for a mark in the end zone, and he finds his mark for the score. Lead now goes to 13. Seahawks line up at the 3. Wilson's going to look for a gap, and he'd go in for the 3-yard touchdown. Seahawks lead balloons to 20.
Okay, Larry, a fairly one-sided first half as we get set to go in the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And the Seahawks defense working their way back out onto the field. They don't want to change anything. They've got 0 points against them here, so I would imagine the halftime speech was do more of the same, right?
I think you're right, and it's where defensive coordinators have to walk that line of preparing for the adjustments you expect to come, but not taking away the aggressiveness you've already shown. And they've played so well, I think that's the speech. You nailed it. Just go out and do what you've been doing, and we'll adjust if we see anything different later.
To this point, they've been spectacular. They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
And that's another stop for the defense, something we've seen all game long. They have been on fire today. No matter what's called by the offense, they've had an answer for it.
And the offense behind the chains here a touch on 2nd and 11. To throw on second down is Stafford. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete. 3rd and 11, 5 in the secondary now.
Nickel look. Throwing on 3rd down. Stafford finding time. And Tate's got it. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver, because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
And credit the tackle to Cliff Averill.
No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about different style of running in order to get this guy going.
They'll run here with Zenner. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
So it'll be first down here after the run. Stafford on 1st down. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
Hauschka now for the extra point. And that stretches the lead to 27. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And Detroit getting set to go now. Another pistol look here. On first down, Stafford here. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Mike Bennett in there to drop him for his second sack now here tonight.
That's his second sack of the game. The best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Zanner. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. Only 2 yards on the carry. That's going to set up a 3rd and long, 3rd and 15 to be exact.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. He was trying to find Marvin Jones that time, and that brings up 4th down.
3rd down is the down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win, and the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
Oh, it's a wobbler here. And he did get it back, I do think, yes. So no turnover on the punt, and it'll be a 1st down.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. They'll try to get the running game going with Rawls. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and end of the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
Wilson, he hits Baldwin right side. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. They go read option with Wilson. He may try and run for this. He needed 2. He got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard.
And if you like defensive football, focus on the defensive end on this play. He does everything exactly right. Reads the play and makes sure he spills it for a small gain.
On is Hauschka now for the Seahawk field goal. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, it's still a good-sized lead, so they haven't necessarily needed him, but this is now 2 missed field goals for him in this game so far.
Yeah, and the question now is, will he be prepared when they do need him? Whether that's later in this game or sometime down the line, having a kicker you can count on is definitely imperative.
And our attention shifts here to the Seahawks defense. They have a little something to build off of from last time with a 3-and-out.
And what they have to build off of? Great confidence right now. Being able to stuff someone on a 3-and-out, you feel like you're in control now. You're doing the dictating. They want to see if that can continue as this game progresses.
Will it continue? We'll see. They go play action here on first down. He's going to air one out. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on, and it's second down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
So following the run, we'll see what they do here on 3rd down. Stafford. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So the roughing the passer penalty, 15 yards, and Charles, the defender, needs to know to stop there.
We've been talking about it for years. You essentially get one step after the quarterback throws his pass. Anything close to that or beyond that, you're going to get flagged.
Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. It's a 5-receiver set, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. On first down, it's Stafford. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. 4 yards on the pickup, and it's a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Six yards here to go for the offense on 2nd down. Alone to the right is Jones. Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, is intended target, and it's 3rd down.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it, sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. So third down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. Throwing on third down, Stafford. It's brought in by Bolden. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. They come up in an offset eye. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. Now the ball comes loose. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that, that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find that good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They come out here in the eye. Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Ezekiel Ansah able to drop him for a loss of 4. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. And that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
And a long way to go for the offense here on second down. One receiver left, 2 to the right. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Well, still in search of the first down after that last completion. Defense sinking pass. They've got the nickel set out on 3rd and 6. And this is going to be incomplete. The intended target, Doug Baldwin. And now it's 4th down. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
On the return, it's Tate. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Lions will take over. And time now for the Seahawks defense to take their spots again on the field. And they forced the fumble last time. Now 4 turnovers for this defense. They've been darn good.
It's become a feeding frenzy, hasn't it? I mean, almost like the Sharks. When they descend upon their prey, that's what they've done this entire game. 4 takeaways, they preach it, and today they're living it.
Well, when you have that many, you probably think, all right, well, we'll just get another one now, right?
That's how it works. Everyone feels like, if I didn't get one, I'm doing something wrong.
False start's going to push him back, but these days, how hard must it be to be an offensive lineman?
It's very hard, Brandon. You've got defensive linemen flinching, trying to draw you offside. You've got the loud crowds, and there are just so many super athletic players on defense now that you have to deal with each week. But through it all, these guys just sit in there for 4 quarters and slug it out.
They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Connects it to Roberts, right side. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Yeah, I think the blitz there really disrupted the draw.
Yeah, and it's usually when you catch them in a blitz, the draw works pretty well. If you're the offensive coordinator right now, that's visor throwing time, isn't it? Because that's supposed to work in a big way. A nickel look by Seattle on 3rd down.
Yep, 5 defensive backs now. From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. And he connects with Ebron. A gain of 11 and a first down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
They go play action here on 1st down. Deep drop, looking deep downfield. And this one is incomplete.
Pass interference. Defense.
So we'll get the penalty all sorted out when we get back. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Backing up. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, the pressure, the hits, the sacks have been coming at him all game long. I'm frankly surprised that they haven't found a solution yet to create more time for him to throw it or maybe change what they do on offense.
And that's one of the biggest differences in this game and why they're losing right now. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
What a game this defense has played. They're pitching a shutout, so it'll be fun to watch down the stretch to see if their defensive coordinator continues to be as aggressive as he's been all game long.
Now from back at the 5, this is 3rd and goal. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Now Stafford on 3rd and goal. He's got time. And that is incomplete. The veteran Andre Roberts was the intended target. Now 4th down. And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down. Desperation time for Stafford on 4th down. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. So they finally get their first trip to the red zone, and it ends with nothing.
And that's what I'm going to focus on with you because you teed it up really well. Finally get to the red zone. So there's got to be a little bit of frustration because they haven't moved the ball as well as they wanted to all game. Now they get there, but we got to go for it because we don't know if we're going to get back here again. We don't know how many opportunities because they've been sputtering a little bit.
Absolutely. At this stage in the second half, to get there and not get it for the first time, tough. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Let's go. Move the team.
The drive begins with a run by Rawls. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
Well, I'd say that run's pretty emblematic of what we've seen all day long. No matter what they've done on offense, this offensive line has controlled the line of scrimmage, given them time to throw it, run it, do whatever they wanted. That's why there are points up on the board. And right now, the psyche of the offense, we're in control, and we can do whatever we feel like doing out here on the field.
Again, Rawls. He's been busy tonight. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Every now and then I scratch my head when I see the draw play called, especially after a great run the previous play. Keep attacking. Sometimes the draw play develops slowly, and that allows the defense to react.
Rawls, the lone man in the backfield. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's third down. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result?
Sack.
Quarterback gets hit.
On third down, Procise. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a fourth down now.
Well, once again, a good example of situational football. That was third and very long, so you know they were guarding against the pass. And when they decided to run the ball, that was okay. Whatever yardage they picked up, as long as they didn't get to the first down marker, the defense was willing to concede, and they stopped them well short of a first down.
And this will be down just on the other side of midfield. And Detroit getting set to go now. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
Hey, a simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position where we were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence, not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. On first down, Stafford here. Surveying the field. And the reception made over the middle. This is Bolden. And he eventually goes down, but not before reaching the 30-yard line.
Illegal block in the back. Offense. Still first down.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Alone to the right is Jones. Out of the gun, Stafford. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll They'll bring up second down. On second down, here's Stafford. His throw incomplete. He was looking to get it to Zach Zenner that time. And it's 3rd and 4.
Here we go. Lady.
Now it's Stafford. And that's incomplete. Golden Tate, his intended receiver. And 4th down coming up.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they run successful.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Set. Got a 20.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it is incomplete. Jim Caldwell's guys cannot come through there on 4th down. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football.
Everyone gears up for 3rd down, talks about the importance of it. But 4th down, that's truly the moment of truth play, isn't it?
Everything's dialed up a little bit more. And, it's such a momentum play, isn't it?
Absolutely, because it can flip either way depending on who converts on 4th down.
The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, time for them to give him a rest. She took the words right out of my mouth. Rawls, the lone man in the backfield. And he'll get it up the middle. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
It'd be hard to say that a defense wouldn't be ready for a 1st down run. And when you can gain that kind of yardage against a defense, it's really kind of geared to stop that play. Your confidence has to rise, and now you've actually opened up your playbook. If you want to throw the ball now for play action, you're good to go.
Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
That was a good, nice, crisp run for a 1st down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner, and the tackler was there right away for a loss of yardage.
And the offense will be looking to get at least some of this yardage back here. It's 2nd and 12. Off the play fake to Rawls. Wilson. It's caught outright by Graham. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
3rd down now following the completed pass. They run with a power back. Rawls. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the 1st down marker was and getting there.
offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Rawls, the lone man in the backfield. And they'll give it to him here. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Now a carry for Terrence McGee. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. On 3rd and 1, Wilson. And he locates Luke Wilson. And he will have the 1st down before he's tackled at the 12. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer. A good solid run there as we head towards the home stretch of this game.
Time for a break. This one all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. Now this will be the 9th play on this drive. Rawls, the lone man in the backfield. He'll get the football here. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Well, he didn't make headway on that one, but he's had plenty of carries all night long. I just wonder if maybe he's a little bit tired from toting the rock that much.
Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. They'll run the option left, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
Here's Hauschka for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. Andre Roberts now to return it. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Stafford on first down. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. Back to the air. Stafford on 2nd down. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. So a 2nd down incompletion now brings up 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. He's got time in the pocket. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Here's Sam Martin now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line. Seattle now ready to march onto the field. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
I'm ready now for 2nd and 9. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Get your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years.